Hello. I am so happy to see you, ladies. So I just have to say, I keep seeing all of these posts and memes and things. We're connected in many different ways through social, and I love the word intention. So many people are looking to be intentional this year. I love that. It's really, putting, purpose and thought and, really being mindful of how we're going about things, what we're doing, what we're putting our time towards, things like that. But the question is how? That's what I keep hearing from women is how do I become intentional? Like, what does that look like? What's the process to become intentional? Great question. And, it does take some time and some space to create that clarity, right? To afford ourselves the opportunity to be able to reflect and really create what we want to have happen. So there are some things that we have to do first to really prime our minds and our mind and get ourselves ready to be intentional. And it comes down to these 3 Ds: declutter, delegate, and detox. See, when we pick a path, a direction, that's really what we're doing when we say we want to be intentional, right? We're very clear about where we want to go. But then every choice, every decision, every action, every thought has to be in alignment with that. So this is what I'm talking about when I say we need to declutter, delegate, and detox. It's we need to get rid of the things that are not in alignment with that path. So think about what's holding you down, like what's weighing you down, what feels really heavy in your life. What is it? I cannot think clearly when my workspace is cluttered. When I have papers everywhere, when things aren't filed, when I can't find something easily, that makes me feel restless. It doesn't make me feel organized and ready and prepared. It makes me feel like I'm just, chasing the day. Declutter. When we declutter our environment, we then have a decluttered mind. I talk a lot about this with my analogy to the kitchen garbage can, right? We have an emotional trash can in our bodies too. When we just keep throwing things in there, I'll deal with it later, I'll deal with it later. Our kitchen garbage can leaks when we overfill it. So does our emotional garbage can. And that's where we feel panicky. That's when we don't, we've got brain fog. That's when we're not sleeping well because we've got, crazy thoughts going round and round in our mind. We have to declutter. We have to get rid of the things. Another great question is, what are you hanging on to that you've got no control over? That's a great one for the mind. See, we can't control, what other people are doing, what other people are thinking, what other people are saying, right? So why are you consumed by that? Got to clear it out. We've got to create some space. Delegate. Well, delegate means you understand that you don't have to do it all. And ladies, so often we think we do, right? Because we're, a great partner and we are a great mom and we're great, in our profession. I'm a great therapist and a great coach, right? We're great at all these things. I'm a good daughter. I'm a good friend. I'm a good sister. I'm a good, family member. So now what responsibility are you assigning to be good at all those things? What does that really mean? Do you have to be the one to, bring your grandmother to every single medical appointment? Let's get the rest of the family involved too. Grandma needs to, lots of connections, not just you. Do you have to be the one doing all of the chores around the house? I will tell you, in this pandemic, I have taught my kids how to do so many things that they didn't know how to do before. I'm giving them life skills, right? Just, yeah, my kids are young, but they know the difference, with laundry, they can sort it into lights and darks. They can do that. They can empty trash cans. They can set and clear the table. They can help put the groceries away. They certainly know how to find those snacks when they're hungry. We have to delegate. We have to let go. And then detox. I can go into more detail on all of these things, but I'm just sharing a few tips with you because I want to create some relief for you. Detox does not mean like we're doing a juice cleanse. We are not just going to eat fruits and vegetables. No, that's not what I mean at all. It actually has really nothing to do with weight loss or anything. It means just looking at like, what are you consuming? Not just from food and beverage standpoint, right? That is important, but like we consume, media. Oh my gosh, like who else had to limit their time with the news yesterday? Like I just had to. I knew I could feel it in my body. I had to respond to that cue. It was sending me that. I had had enough. What are we consuming for entertainment? Is it in alignment with what we're doing, with who, we are creating and becoming this year? What are we consuming in terms of what we're reading, what we're watching on TV, what we're watching on YouTube? Who are we spending our time with? Right? You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with in terms of their habits, their lifestyle choices, their bank accounts, right? Do you want your friends' bank accounts? Would you trade bank accounts with, the 5 people you're spending the most time with? Well, just think about that. And I am by no means saying you got to kick people out of your life. That's not it at all. But when you say that you want to be intentional, that means you really have a vision up there. And you're really looking to go in that direction. You're just not 100% sure how to do it. And we can't just keep taking things on. We know that when we keep taking things on, we're not successful because it just feels like one more thing to have to do. We have to clear some things off the plate first. So declutter, delegate, and detox. And then your light will not be dimmed. All right, have a great day. Happy to do a live video. Talk to you soon.